What sort of country is Laos? If you have a husband, definitely do not let him go to Laos. Laos is a country that captivates Chinese men. Although its entertainment industry is not as developed as Thailand or Vietnam, it is gradually on the rise. Also, the girls in Laos are particularly beautiful and open-minded. They are known for their gentle demeanor and delicate features. Due to the historical French rule, mixed-race beauties are everywhere, embodying both the tenderness of Easterners and the allure of Westerners. Many adventurous Chinese men love to visit Laos, and no matter how chaotic it gets, nothing stops them from going. What comes to mind when you think of Laos? For many guys, it's about going to Laos to find a wife. If you're considering this, I advise you to be cautious. These days in Laos, there are more pitfalls than actual opportunities. Women in Laos generally marry at a young age and have a lower level of education. It's quite common for them to marry before the age of 20. Laos is a source, transit and destination country for human trafficking, with many young women being trafficked to countries like Thailand and China for illegal work or forced marriages. Laos is the only landlocked country in Southeast Asia and is one of the least developed countries in the world. Throughout its history, Laos has experienced numerous wars and turmoil, which have severely impacted its economic development. Notably, during the Vietnam War, the United States conducted an extensive bombing campaign over Laos that lasted for 9 years. Statistics show that from 1964 to 1973, the United States dropped around 260 million bombs on Laos. Some sources say it was approximately 2,700,000 tons of bombs, about twice the total dropped on Japan during the Second World War. About 1/3 of these bombs did not explode, leaving around 80 million unexploded bombs. These unexploded bombs pose a long-term threat to the safety of the Laotian people. Due to the unclear and hard-to-detect locations where these bombs fell, locals are at risk of triggering unexploded ordnance during everyday activities like farming, herding and woodcutting, potentially leading to explosive accidents. Long periods of war and bombing have destroyed Laos's infrastructure and production capability, leading to a stagnation in economic development. At the same time, the unexploded ordnance issue has severely restricted the development of Laos's agriculture, forestry and tourism industries. Laos is one of the 5 remaining socialist countries in the world, along with China, North Korea, Vietnam and Cuba. In 2023, Laos has a gross domestic product of approximately $18,543 million, with a per capita GDP of about $2,075. The Laotian economy is mainly based on agriculture, with a weak industrial and service sector foundation. It is rich in water resources, ranking as the world's 5th largest exporter of hydroelectric power. About 70% of its hydroelectric power is exported, primarily supplying large amounts of electricity to neighboring countries, Thailand and Vietnam. Laos currently has developed a hydroelectric capacity of about 10 million kilowatts. The hydropower resources in Laos are mainly distributed along the Mekong River and its tributaries. The Mekong is the largest river within Laos, flowing through the country for a length of 1,165 kilometers, accounting for 44% of its total length. It provides excellent conditions for hydroelectric development in Laos. China is the largest investor in Laos, providing ample funds and technical support. Chinese companies lead in investment within the hydropower sector, with total investments exceeding $4 billion. The total installed capacity reaches 2,348 megawatts, accounting for nearly half of Laos's national power grid system capacity. China is also the largest export market for Laos, with many Laotian products sold in the Chinese market. China is Laos's 2nd largest trading partner, and they have extensive trade and economic cooperation in various fields. Agriculture is the backbone of Laos's economy, making up a large portion of its gross domestic product. Laos predominantly focuses on rice cultivation. At the same time, crops like grains, coffee, rubber, cotton and lac are also significant agricultural products. Agriculture in Laos mainly relies on ecological farming, with the land requiring almost no fertilizers or pesticides, relying instead on natural growth. Laos is one of the major timber-producing countries in Southeast Asia. It is renowned for producing valuable woods, such as teak, rosewood, mahogany, ebony, sandalwood and paddock among others, which have brought Laos significant economic income. Laos is a Buddhist country, with 66% of the population practicing Theravada Buddhism. Buddhist temples are scattered throughout the country. The Laotian flag is rectangular, with a ratio of 3:2 in length to width. The flag consists of red, blue and white. Blue symbolizes the rich and beautiful land of Laos, and also represents the people's love for a peaceful and serene life. Red symbolizes the revolution, representing the determination of the Laotian people to defend their homeland with their efforts. In the middle of the blue rectangle there is a white full moon, symbolizing the leadership of the People's Revolutionary Party and also representing the nation's bright future. The white circle sits on top of the blue stripe, also symbolizing the bright full moon hanging high above the Mekong River. The coat of arms of Laos is circular and adorned with 2 bundles of rice stalks. The central design of the coat of arms is rich and colorful, with each part having a specific symbolic meaning. That Luang is a famous monument and a symbol of Laos. The gear, the Nam Gum Dam, forests and fields represent industry, water resources, forestry and agriculture respectively. Rice stalks symbolize agriculture and hold an important position in the coat of arms. On the sides of the ribbon it reads, peace, independence, democracy, unity, prosperity. On the bottom of the ribbon it reads, Lao People's Democratic Republic. The ethnic groups in Laos are divided into three main groups based on their geographical locations, the Lao Lum, the Lao Thiung, and the Lao Sung. The Lao Lum is the largest ethnic group in Laos, accounting for approximately 71% of the total population. They primarily live in plains and valleys below 700 meters in elevation, and are one of the three main ethnic groups officially recognized in Laos. The Lao Lum group is mainly composed of Thai ethnicities, and were the rulers of the historical Lansang Kingdom. They share significant cultural ties with the Thai ethnic groups in Thailand, Vietnam and Cambodia, the Shan people in Myanmar, and the Dai people in China, and can be considered different branches of the same ethnic group. The Lao Thiung are the second largest ethnic group in Laos, making up about 20% of the country's total population. They mainly live in hilly areas at altitudes between 700 and 1,000 meters, and are collectively referred to as Ka by the Thai-speaking Lao people residing in the plains and valleys. The Lao Thiung group is primarily composed of Mon Khmer ethnic groups, along with some lowland Khmu groups. There are significant cultural differences among its subgroups, and they often have an unwritten language. The Lao Sung is the third largest ethnic group in Laos, making up about 9% of the country's total population. They primarily live in mountainous areas over 1,000 meters above sea level, mainly consisting of hill tribes like the Hmong and Yao. Many of the Lao Sung population are immigrants from the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau in China. They generally have less cultural interaction with other ethnic groups within Laos. The Lao government is gradually abandoning traditional methods of ethnic classification and is adopting more scientific and inclusive approaches. Laos is situated between Myanmar, Thailand and Vietnam and is an important part of the Golden Triangle region. This area has long been a hotspot for drug production and smuggling, particularly for substances like methamphetamine and heroin. Laos's geographical location makes it a key route for drugs transported from production areas like Myanmar to Thailand, Vietnam, and even further regions. Welcome to today's Dafei's Global Geography. I am Dafei. Today I will take you on a journey to explore Laos, the country in Southeast Asia known as the Land of a Million Elephants. The Lao People's Democratic Republic, commonly known as Laos, is a landlocked country located in the northern part of the Indochina Peninsula. It borders China to the north, Vietnam to the east, Cambodia to the south, Thailand to the southwest, and Myanmar to the northwest. The country has a land area of 236,800 square kilometers, with higher terrain in the north and lower in the south, and it is largely covered by mountains and highlands. In 2023, the total population of Laos is approximately 7,633,800, ranking around 115th globally in terms of population size. Laos is a multi-ethnic country with as many as 49 ethnic groups. Of the total population, 50.3% are Lao, while other ethnic groups make up 49.7%. There is also a considerable number of overseas Chinese. The population of Laos is relatively young and has not yet entered an aging society. The official language is Lao. The capital, Vientiane, is the political, economic and cultural center of Laos, as well as the largest city in the country. As a mysterious nation in Southeast Asia, Laos boasts abundant natural beauty and unique cultural heritage, which in recent years has drawn more and more tourists to explore. Luang Prabang is one of Laos's oldest cities, rich in historical and cultural heritage. Visitors can admire ancient temples, palaces and French colonial architecture while experiencing a unique cultural atmosphere. Mount Fuji, the Royal Palace Museum, Wat Chiengthong and other notable attractions are not to be missed. Visitors can join the morning almsgiving ceremony to experience Laos's unique religious culture. There is also the opportunity to taste authentic Lao cuisine and purchase handicrafts at the night market. Vang Vieng is famous for its unique karst landscape and a wide range of outdoor activities. Visitors can enjoy thrilling activities such as tubing, rock climbing, and cave exploration. Attractions like Blue Lagoon and Tam Phu Kam Cave draw a large number of tourists eager to check them off their lists. Vientiane is the capital of Laos and also the political, economic and cultural center. There are many attractions worth visiting, such as that Luang Temple, the Patuk Sai Arch, and the Vientiane Night Market. Wat Dat Luang is one of the grandest temples in Laos, renowned for its exquisite architecture and long history. The Patuk Sai is one of Vientiane's iconic landmarks with great historical significance. Pak Se, located in the southern part of Laos, is a peaceful and beautiful city. It is home to the famous Si Phan Don scenic area and cultural heritage sites like Wat Phu. The Si Phan Don is beloved for its unique natural landscapes and abundant water activities. The Wat Pho Temple is an ancient temple site that witnesses the long history of Laos. Savannakhet is an important city and commercial hub in Laos, with many beautiful natural landscapes and cultural heritage awaiting exploration by tourists. The rural scenery and ethnic culture of Savannakhet are also key factors that attract tourists. Laos has a long history, having gone through several dynasties. The Lansang Kingdom marked the peak of Laos's history. Also known as the Kingdom of Million Elephants, it was the first unified dynasty in Laotian history. It was established in 1353 by the king in Luang Prabang. In 1893, the Lansang Kingdom became a French protectorate. The French colonizers implemented the preserve the old, delay the new strategy, maintaining the feudal monarchy and practicing indirect rule. In September 1940, Laos was briefly occupied by Japan. After the Second World War, France returned to Laos, attempting to restore its colonial rule. In 1954, the Laotian people finally ended French colonial rule and gained national independence. On December 2, 1975, Laos announced the abolition of the monarchy and the establishment of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, initiating a new chapter in the country's development. The majority of Laos is mountainous and hilly, with mountains covering about 80% of the land area, and most of it is forested. The country can roughly be divided into 4 topographical regions: the northern mountainous area, the southeastern highlands, the western low mountains and hills, and the southwestern plains. Laos has a tropical monsoon climate, divided into rainy and dry seasons. The rainy season typically lasts from May to October, with high temperatures and abundant rainfall that favor agricultural production. In contrast, the dry season runs from November to April, offering a relatively dry and moderate climate, perfect for tourism and outdoor activities. Laos boasts a beautiful natural environment with lush vegetation and abundant natural resources, including minerals, forests, and water. Laos, with its majestic landscapes and simple people, is like an ancient painting slowly unfolding. When Laos is mentioned, what images come to your mind? Is it the ancient city of Luang Prabang, shrouded in mist, or the calm flow of the Mekong River? Is it the ancient temples that have stood the test of time with their solemnity, or the tempting street food on the corners? Feel free to leave comments and share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching today's episode of Dafai's Global Geography. If you like our content, please do not hesitate to like and subscribe. I am Dafai. See you in the next video.